America prides itself on being a beacon of freedom. But real talk, that freedom ain't free. It relies on something crucial: equal rights for all. Not just for some, not just for the privileged few, but for everyone. Without equal rights, the whole land of the free thing kinda falls apart, doesn't it? Imagine a system rigged against you because of your race, religion, or who you love. Not cool, right? It's like playing a game where the rules constantly change, and they're never in your favor. That's not a republic, that's a recipe for disaster. Equal rights are the bedrock of a fair and just society. They ensure that everyone, regardless of their background, has an equal shot at life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's about creating a level playing field where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This ain't just some abstract ideal, it's about real people's lives. When we deny equal rights, we deny opportunity, we deny justice, and we deny the very principles that this country was founded on. Alright, let's break it down. Equal rights mean everyone gets the same protection under the law. No exceptions, no loopholes, no special treatment for some at the expense of others. It's about ensuring that everyone has equal access to opportunities, resources, and yes, even justice. Think of it like this. Imagine a public park. Everyone should be able to enjoy it, right? That's the whole point of a public park. But if the rules said only certain people could use the swings or only certain people could have picnics, it wouldn't be a public park anymore, would it? It would be a system of exclusion and inequality. Equal rights are about making sure that the public park of life is open to everyone, regardless of their race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or any other characteristic. It's about creating a society where everyone has the chance to swing for the fences and enjoy the picnic of life. History is full of examples where unequal laws have led to some seriously messed up situations. Think Jim Crow laws, for example. They were like a punch in the gut to equality, creating a system of segregation and discrimination that denied basic rights to African Americans. And let's not forget about the systematic denial of women's suffrage. For years, women were denied the right to vote, a fundamental right in any democracy. They had to fight tooth and nail to be seen and heard in the political arena. These examples, and countless others, show how quickly things can go south when equal rights are ignored. They serve as stark reminders that the fight for equality is an ongoing battle, one that requires constant vigilance and a willingness to call out injustice wherever we see it. Okay, time for some real talk, folks. Inequality isn't just morally wrong, it's bad for business, literally. Studies show that countries with high levels of inequality tend to have weaker economic growth, higher crime rates, and poorer health outcomes. So yeah, it's not just about being a decent human being, it's about creating a more prosperous and healthy society for everyone. For example, did you know that the racial wealth gap in the United States is staggering? The median wealth of white families is multiple times higher than that of Black and Hispanic families. This gap is a direct result of systemic racism and discrimination, and it has a ripple effect throughout society. When entire groups of people are denied equal opportunities, it holds everyone back. We need to understand that inequality is not a zero-sum game. When everyone has a fair shot, the whole country benefits. Section 5. The Fragility of Freedom. A look at history. Here's a newsflash. Republics aren't invincible. History is littered with examples of once great republics that crumbled because they failed to uphold the principles of equality and justice. The Roman Republic, for example, descended into chaos and civil war as a result of widespread inequality and corruption. And let's not forget about the Weimar Republic in Germany, which collapsed in the face of economic turmoil and political extremism, paving the way for the rise of Nazi Germany. These cautionary tales remind us that freedom is a fragile thing, and it requires constant nurturing and protection. When we allow inequality to fester, we create divisions within society, erode trust in institutions, and undermine the very foundations of our republic. It's like ignoring a crack in the foundation of a building. Eventually the whole thing could come crashing down. Section 6. The Power of Protest, Fighting for Equality. Now, I'm not saying we all need to grab pitchforks and storm the Capitol, although sometimes a little peaceful protest never hurt anyone. But we do need to use our voices and our votes to demand change. The fight for equal rights has always been a grassroots movement driven by ordinary people who refuse to accept the status quo. Think about the civil rights movement, the Stonewall Uprising, the fight for marriage equality. These landmark moments in history didn't happen because people stayed silent, they happened because people stood up, spoke out, and demanded justice. They marched, they rallied, they organized, and they refused to back down until their voices were heard. So, let's channel that same energy and determination today. Call out injustice when you see it. Support organizations fighting for equality. And for the love of all that is good, vote in every election like your rights depend on it, because they do. Section 7. Building a more just future, education and empathy. Look, I get it, talking about inequality can be uncomfortable. But we can't just bury our heads in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist. We need to have honest conversations about race, gender, and social justice. We need to listen to each other, learn from each other, and be willing to challenge our own biases. Education is key here. We need to teach our kids about the importance of equality and the dangers of discrimination. We need to expose them to diverse perspectives and help them develop empathy and understanding. And it's not just about kids. We all have a responsibility to educate ourselves and challenge our own assumptions. Read books by authors from different backgrounds. Watch documentaries about social justice issues. Have difficult conversations with your friends and family. The more we learn, the more we grow, and the better equipped we are to build a more just and equitable society. Section 8. The role of government protecting equal rights. Okay, here's the thing. Government has a crucial role to play in protecting equal rights. It's not enough to simply say everyone's equal and call it a day. We need laws and policies that actively combat discrimination and promote equality. This means strengthening voting rights protections, ensuring fair housing and lending practices, addressing systemic racism in the criminal justice system, and investing in education and economic opportunities for marginalized communities. And let's not forget about the importance of a strong social safety net. Programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are essential for reducing poverty and inequality. They provide a lifeline for millions of Americans, ensuring that everyone has access to basic necessities like healthcare and a roof over their heads. Section 9. Equal rights are shared responsibility. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Achieving true equality is an ongoing process. It requires constant vigilance, unwavering commitment, and a willingness to hold ourselves and each other accountable. But it's a fight worth having. Because here's the thing about equal rights. They're not just a benefit for the marginalized or the oppressed, they're a benefit for everyone. When we create a society where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed, we create a stronger, more vibrant, and more just society for all. So let's roll up our sleeves, folks. Let's have those uncomfortable conversations. Let's challenge injustice wherever we see it. And let's work together to build a republic that truly lives up to its ideals. A republic where all are created equal and all have the opportunity to thrive.